Hello, everybody, and welcome to race number 20 of Season 3 NASCAR Walmart Cup Series. I'm Levi McIntyre, aka Thrash Maniac 99, the voice of NASCAR Walmart Cup Series, here to welcome you to none other than the TapouT 400 at Chicagoland Speedway. Yes, we head back to mile and a half racing, and this is going to be an exciting one because we are at a unique mile and a half of Chicago where there's a curved backstretch and an interesting pit road. But ladies and gentlemen, enough of me talking. Here's a look at your starting lineup for today's race here at Chicago.
Imagine the dreams of a 13-year-old looking up at the sky, wondering how the world can be so cold. This kid wasn't sold it would be like this. At nighttime, wishes to be safe from this abyss. Cause this shit is something that can be dismissed. A boy born as a girl who is going through the stress. He's got a shotgun up, but can't play for the team. His school won't let him even though it's his dream. Now he's sitting in bed with a loaded gun, thinking about blowing his brains out to kingdom come. Cause he's been bullied and teased all his life. Almost killed himself 2 years ago by slitting his wrist with a knife. I wonder if he sees the things I see for him. 10 years down the line, speaking at the forum. A college graduate up at the top of his class. The first trans NFL player up in the draft.
Well, there's a look at your starting lineup for today's race, and I apologize for the racing line being on again. I'll get that fixed next race, but Trent Dunham, Justin Talapas on the pole. And now here we go. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys and girls. I saw Cody Hagan, who was a third car in line, didn't get off to that great of a jump. And he's actually losing ground, and now we're getting a new leader already, and that's Anthony McCurry. He's now going to go to the lead after somehow, someway managed to get underneath of Trent and has now gotten the lead. And oh, they are getting kind of racy behind him, trying to go 3 wide, but they can go 3 wide and make it work here. Just not 4 wide is all that is concerned. But 40 to go already here at Chicagoland. Anthony McCurry is the leader here for the time being. Anthony McCurry, after pretty much the first 8 or 9 to 10 races of the season, he's been free falling big time in the points. He's been right around the top 30 for half of the season, but he had a solid showing, or not really solid showing. Actually, he didn't have that great of a run at Daytona. Right now, he is currently up at the front of the pack and in the field, so we'll see how McCurry can get the job done here today, here tonight at Chicago. Meanwhile, we look around the back and I see some 3 wide racing going on around the back of the pack. And then also some cars are making some strides to get up to the front. Right there you see second is Cody Hagan at the current moment with Justin Talampas behind him. And then look at the guy who's currently running fourth, a guy who has been wanting to get a solid top 10 finish ever since he made his debut back at M&Ms right after the Spartan race and a little bit after All-Star Weekend. Charles Sanford in that 18 M&Ms pretzel car. He's been wanting desperately to get a solid top 10 finish ever since he made his debut in Walmart Cup competition, but he's just not been able to make that happen yet. And he's currently under attack for fourth with Checo Knight, so that forces Sanford to go back to fifth. Meanwhile, McCurry leads for now, but Cody Hagan, he's starting to pick up the pace, trying to get to McCurry, but McCurry actually had a faster lap that time than Hagan, but Talampas had a little bit of a faster lap than both cars. And McCurry, for a rookie, he's trying to get his first career Walmart Cup Series win, and this at least for the time being, will be the only season he's running in Walmart Cup competition, because next season he's going to be in Season 1 NXT TapouT Racing as we get that series going, where it's some unused paint schemes of the Gen 6 mod going to be used in the NXT TapouT Series. And how that series is going to be, the races are going to be 10% ran, so it will be 10% of the laps compared to the full maximum amount of laps they run here in real NASCAR. And also it's a 20 race schedule, and the winner of the first ever NXT TapouT Championship will get a guaranteed ride for the 5th season of NASCAR Walmart Cup Series. So it's pretty much kind of just like real WWE NXT kind of idea. The developmental territory for the NASCAR Walmart Cup Series, you might say. Right now, Anthony McCurry leads. Second is Cody Hagan. Third is Justin Talampas. Fourth is Jekko Knight, who's making big strides to try to get to the front. Fifth is Charles Sanford. Sixth is last week's Daytona winner, David Rivera. Seventh is Trent Dunham. Eighth is Michael Walden. Ninth is Jessica Sheldon. 10th is Henrietta Fitzwater. 11th is Kyle Matthews. 12th is Charles Jackson. 13th is Seth Cole. 14th is Ken Thero. 15th is Cassandra Renzi. 16th, Nick Pericles. 17th, Kendall Maynor. 18th is Dylan Thero. 19th is Brandon Nichols. 20th is P.J. Williams. 21st is Chase Oliver. 22nd, Sonny Hammond. 23rd, Chris Washer. 24th, Ian Dutta. 25th, Cody Lamas. 26th is Eric Burton. 27th, Alex Hawkins. 28th is Rue McIntyre. 29th, Ryan Anderson Jr. 30th is going to be Jesse Setti. 31st is Eric Enrage. 32nd, Alex Pedro. 33rd is Gabe Williams. 34th, Austin Weiner. 35th, Dylan Young. 36th is Zachary Fitzwater. 37th, Larry Hagan. 38th, Biggie Spencer. Actually, make that 39th, Jordan Culp. 40th is Matt McIntyre. 41st is Michael Norman. Running dead last at the moment is Jesse King. Meanwhile, McCurry continues to lead, but Cody Hagan is just right there on the back bumper, and now he's going to go low to get to the lead. So this will be the first lead change of the race that will cause for a new leader to lead a lap, and that is Cody Hagan, and he does lead that lap. Now that has opened up chances for Talampas and Jekko Knight to come up and make moves, and now here comes Charles Sanford and David Rivera into the mix as well to make that maybe a 6-car battle for the lead. Meanwhile, Jekko's running underneath, trying to get second away from Justin Talampas. But Talampas actually got a bigger run off of that line, off of the high line that time. But meanwhile, Cody Hagan is now the leader in that 11 car. Justin Talampas, who won a 1.5 mile race earlier in the season at Texas, in a controversial victory for him because due to a timely caution where he came in as the leader and everybody else pitted, and then the caution came out as he was in pit road, and he restarted at the tail end of the track, but he was scored as the leader. And that was how Talampas managed to pick up his first win of Walmart Cup competition, as he's currently right now running in second here at Chicago. Meanwhile, Cody Hagan still holding on to the lead, but meanwhile, Jekko Knight, he's still trying to get around Justin Talampas for second, and hopefully once he tries to get done with him, he'll be able to try to get to Cody Hagan and maybe get to the lead. Excuse me. Meanwhile, Anthony McCurry, who led early on, he's now fallen to fourth, but he's still within striking distance of those 3 cars up ahead of him. Meanwhile, Jekko Knight has now gotten underneath of Talampas, so let's see if he can get around him for second. Oh, wrong camera. Jekko's still running low. Let's see if he can clear him off of 4. And it's still side by side. It looks like the high line seems to be the preferred line off of turn 4, while the low line works off of turn 2, it looks like, for the most part. I guess that's how it looks like some of the racing's been going. Low line off of 2, high line off of 4. That's probably the preferred way to run this racetrack if you want to make up positions. At least that seems to be the case from what I've seen so far. And look at that, they're going over 200 miles an hour heading into turn 1. Let's see how fast they go when they head into turn 3. And it looks like at 200 miles an hour that time. But meanwhile, Checo Knight, he's now caught Talampas again. Checo Knight's been trying to just get by that 34 every step of the way here tonight. But so far, he's just not been very successful. And in fact, McCurry actually kind of caught him for a split second. Now Talampas, he's now caught Cody Hagan for the lead. So Justin Talampas is now going to attempt to try to get the lead away from Cody Hagan as once they come through the backstretch here. It is halfway here at Chicago, and now Talampas is now going to try the low line to see if he can get around Hagan. We'll see how the high line will work in this time. Didn't necessarily work. I guess sometimes it depends on how fast you are. You can get around anywhere, and now Talampas is the leader, but now Checo Knight right on the back bumper of Talampas and underneath of Hagan, so now that'll put Checo Knight in the second spot, at least for the time being. And McCurry and Sanford have now caught this battle, but Talampas, at the moment, is the leader. Coming up, actually, after this race will be a big race, the Brickyard 400 at Indianapolis. And that's where we're going to find out who will take home the trophy at Brickyard, kiss the bricks, and have momentum heading into the race afterwards and winning a prestigious race. I remember Austin Weiner won the Season 1 Brickyard 400. Last season, Chase Oliver ended up picking up the win at the Brickyard 400. Meanwhile, Talampas leads, but Checo Knight, he has still been all night trying to get around Talampas, but he's just not been able to make his line on trying to get by him stick. And in fact, he's got Cody Hagan right on his tail right there. Let's actually take a look and see how the field currently runs at the moment. It is Justin Talampas, the leader. Second is Checo Knight. Third is Cody Hagan. Fourth is Anthony McCurry. Fifth is Charles Sanford. Sixth is David Rivera. Seventh is Trent Dunham. Eighth is Michael Walton. Ninth is Jessica Shelton. 10th is Henrietta Fitzwater under attack from Nick Pericles. 12th is Seth Cole. 13th Ken Thero. 14th Kyle Matthews. 15th is Cassandra Renzi. 16th is Kendall Maynard. 17th Charles Jackson. 18th Sonny Hammond. 19th Brandon Nichols. 20th Ian Dutta. 21st is Cody Lamas. 22nd PJ Williams. 23rd Eric Burden. 24th Chris Washer. 25th Eric Enrage. 26th is going to go to Zachary Fitzwater. 27th is Dylan Thero. 28th Alex Hawkins. 29th Ryan Anderson Jr. 30th is Jesse Setti. 31st is Dylan Young. 32nd Alex Pedro. 33rd is Jordan Culp. 34th Rue McIntyre. 35th Austin Weiner. 36th Larry Hagan. 37th Gabe Williams. 38th Chase Oliver. 39th Jesse King. 40th is Matt McIntyre. 41st Biggie Spencer. And dead last and 42nd is Michael Norman. Meanwhile, it's still all Justin Talampas, but Checo Knight has just still been riding on that back bumper of Talampas, and he actually ran a faster lap than Talampas that time. And Checo's starting to catch some ground on Talampas just a little bit, but Cody Hagan at the same time is trying to catch ground on Jecko, and actually this time Jecko will lose ground to Talampas. Now you gotta wonder, when will these cars end up having to come down pit road for their pit stops? That's a big question for this race, on whether these cars will end up having to pit before the race is over. Right now we look in the back. Battle for fifth is starting to ensue between a couple cars. With a few cars, Charles Sanford, David Rivera, and Michael Walton. And I think we're seeing the pit stops take place and the leaders are coming down. But Jecko Knight is staying out an extra lap, and he's going to be the leader now. We'll see if this strategy will work for Jecko Knight to stay out an extra lap and hope to get a fast enough pit stop in order to keep his car up at the front. And he's slowing down a little bit, so I think he is going to come down this time, and indeed he will. So too is McCrory. And it looks like everybody else who didn't pit that time by. Well, Cody Lamas is going to stay out an extra lap. That's an interesting strategy for Cody Lamas. But yes, Cody Lamas is now the leader. He's stretching out another lap compared to everybody else. So this is interesting strategy on the part of Cody Lamas. But I see he's slowing down, and now he's looking to get ready to come into pit road, as he's going to surrender the lead to come down pit road. And there is Talampas. Let's see where he was scored this time. Last scored in 22nd, currently 23rd. There's Jecko Knight. And here comes Talampas, who's going a lot faster than Jecko. So I think, yes, Talampas, I think, will be scored back around as the leader, but it depends on how fast of a stop Cody Lamas is going to get. And it looked like he went with fuel only. But here comes Talampas, and I think the lead will cycle back around to Justin Talampas. And indeed it does. And Jecko Knight actually lost a spot on pit road to Cody Hagan, so now Cody Hagan is second as it's heading to 9 to go here at Chicago. And we have not had a caution come out all race long, which is great. While Talampas may lead, but Cody Hagan, he's coming in like a rocket right now, and he's going to attempt to maybe go low, but Talampas got a bigger run off of the corner that time, and now Hagan's going to lose a little bit of ground to Justin Talampas. This race has just pretty much been a back and forth battle now between Hagan and Talampas and Jecko Knight. At one point, McCrory led a lot. And where is McCrory now? There he is. He's in the 7th spot, it looks like, is where he scored last time. Small shakeup in the top 10 after those pit stops. Meanwhile, Talampas may be the leader, but Cody Hagan wants that lead. As Cody Hagan, he's trying to go for his first ever Walmart Cup Series victory. Raced the 99 car in Season 1. Last season took the whole season off, and he's back in the 11, and now he's coming down low. Underneath the Talampas, will the low line work for Cody Hagan? It is still side by side, but I think Talampas on the high line got the bigger run that time. But Hagan's still running low. He's still there. And now it's also given a little bit of a chance for Jecko Knight to kind of catch up a little bit. And when we come to the stripe, it will be 5 laps to go here at Chicago. Let's see the lap time comparisons. Talampas had a faster lap, but Jecko Knight ran vividly faster, a lot faster than both Talampas and Hagan. So Jecko, he's starting to make his way into the fray. Jecko Knight, he hasn't won a race since Season 1. when he was in the number 31 car for Richard Childress last season, if I can recall, I believe he drove the number 38. This season he's in the 42. Next season he's actually going to move to the 24 car, replacing Chris Washer, as Chris Washer is going to be in the 10 car for his own team, Washer Motorsports. And now it's a 3-car battle for the lead, as now Jecko has caught both Hagan and Talampas. And then look at this for a 3-car train, and Jecko's going underneath of Hagan for the second spot. And Jecko's clearly a faster car at the moment, but we'll see how he's going to time his moves as he's now caught the leaders. Jecko's still running low underneath of Hagan. Let's see how his low line's going to work this time. If he can clear Hagan, he's going to be good to go. And he does clear Hagan. Now he's going to have 2 more laps to catch Justin Talampas, but Talampas ran a faster lap that time than Jecko Knight. Jecko Knight's now starting to try to reel into that lead from Justin Talampas, as this is the most interesting battle going on right now, and I see Charles Sanford kind of lurking in the shadows a little bit back there. White flag is out for Justin Talampas. That time Jecko ran a much faster lap. He's going to have a couple of turns to try to get the job done. If he's going to be able to get around Talampas, he's going to have to dive low. And here he comes. Jecko Knight coming down low underneath of Justin Talampas for the lead on the final lap. Which line is going to prevail? The low line for Jecko or the high line for Talampas? Talampas got the high line. It's going to be close. Justin Talampas by a half a car length wins the TapouT 400 at Chicagoland. What a photo finish. And that is a heartbreaker for Jecko Knight. He tried so unbelievably hard to get around Talampas at the end, but Talampas just had that high line to his advantage. But what a race. Let's take a look at the official results of this race, shall we? Justin Talampas gets his second career Walmart Cup Series victory, and he's going to get it at Chicagoland. Great run for him. Jecko Knight so close yet again to getting a win, but he's going to come away with a solid second place finish. But still, give props to Jecko Knight. He tried his hardest. Cody Hagan gets another, this is his second consecutive third place finish. He is starting to get on a roll right now. And look at Charles Sanford. He came into this race hoping to get a good finish, and he finally gets one. He's going to come away with a top 5 finish, a 4th here at Chicago. And Michael Walden, after finishing dead last week at Daytona, he comes back, gets a solid 5th place finish here at Chicagoland. David Rivera still keeping momentum going from winning Daytona. He's going to come away with a 6th place finish. And how about Anthony McCrory? He led early on, and he's going to come away with a solid top 10 of 7th. Ken Thero, solid 8th. Jessica Sheldon gets yet another top 10. And Kendall Maynor rounds out the top 10. The rest of the top 20 was Cassandra Renzi, Sonny Hammond, Ian Dutta, Cassandra Renzi, Seth Cole, Sonny Hammond, Ian Dutta, Eric Enrage, Brandon Nichols, Nick Pericles, Kyle Matthews, Charles Jackson, Trent Dunham, Eric Burton, Cody Lamas, Zachary Fitzwater, Henrietta Fitzwater, Ryan Anderson Jr., Chris Washer, P.J. Williams, Jesse Setti, Dylan Young, and Larry Hagan. And then it was Jordan Culp, Alex Hawkins, Biggie Spencer, Dylan Thero, Alex Pedro, Austin Weiner, Rue McIntyre, Matt McIntyre, Michael Norman, Jesse King, Chase Oliver, and Gabe Williams. No cars wrecked, no cautions. All clean and green, but congratulations to Justin Talampas for picking up his second Walmart Cup Series win. We'll see you next week at the Brickyard for the Brickyard 400 at Indy, but until then, here are your results, rookie points and regular points.
Join the police, be on the silver screen, become a movie star, or be a pro racer and drive fast cars. It don't matter the age, it don't matter the color, it don't matter the gender or who you love. If you got it in your heart, then go ahead and do it. If you have a gift, then please go ahead and use it. Cause I was feeling stupid while trying to do music. Thinking that I had no voice and that I was useless. But as I write this down, I can see what I mean. Nobody ever will stop me from achieving my dreams.